This is 5,000 calories of fast food all the way from the US of A, and today I am attempting to eat it in one sitting. But before I could sit down and eat, I had another challenge. I had to burn 5,000 active calories to earn my food. That's right, 5,000 active calories. So grab a cup of tea, sit down, strap in, and enjoy the journey where I take on not one, but two challenges on one epic day.
So it's 4:21 in the morning. It's all about the calories today. So the number on the left there, those are the active calories, which is at 0 right now. So that needs to reach 5,000 before I can stop my exercise, and then I can eat 5,000. This is what I look like first thing in the morning, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick shot of my physique after I've burnt 5,000 calories and then after I've eaten 5,000 calories.
Right then, the goal is simple. I'm up at 5 a.m. to get the first walk in and to burn as many calories as I can in these first 3 hours before I head to the gym. I'm going to add some running in there as well, but I want to start this slowly. I don't want to just rush into it because I could burn myself out.
The first part of my journey was just me wandering through the complete darkness with the unnerving sounds coming from the bushes, but then there was a glimmer of hope.
I can see the sun is coming up just over there, so it won't be long until we have some light. It is incredibly muggy. I am already sweating. So walk, run for the first 3 hours, and then I will head back to the hotel, and my wife is then going to drive us to the gym, and that's when I'll get intense. Try and utilize all the machines in the gym.
It was around this time I started to see some wild animals, like this cat, but that wasn't the only wildlife I was coming face to face with.
These bugs! I forgot to put on bug spray. This is why I need my wife to remind me to do these things. But like a sensible person, she's in bed sleeping.
And because my wife was in bed sleeping, I had no one to film me. So I became one of those people. Yes, the kind that set up their tripod to film themselves running. Something I despise, but needs must.
I am an hour and a half into the challenge, and it is 6:30 a.m. Currently, I am doing 1 kilometer of walking, and then I'm doing 1 kilometer of light jogging. And I just looked at the Garmin app, and I've burnt 500 calories. So that's 500 active calories in the last hour and a half. And I've done 10,000 steps. So I'll leave you to do the math on that one. This could be another 100,000 step day. To avoid this becoming a 100,000 step video though, I am going to be doing some high intensity workouts later in the gym. But remember, as the day goes on, I'm going to get more tired. And straight after this, I've got to eat 5,000 calories in one sitting. I think this may be my hardest challenge yet. I reckon the next time you see me, we'll be back at the hotel, and hopefully by that point, I'd have done 1,000 calories.
It's currently 7:43, and as you see there, I've just done over 19,000 steps. Let's have a look at how many calories I've burnt so far. That is the first leg done of the first challenge, so I have burned just over 1,000 calories there. I'm a little bit tired. That was 17.5 kilometers of walking and then jogging, walking and then jogging. I'm gonna have a little snack, maybe a protein shake or a granola bar, and then I'm going to head off to the gym.
And as I left the hotel for a second time today, this time I was accompanied by my chauffeur. We drove past a field that I would become very familiar with later in the video, but for now it was time to enter the gym. Cue the montage.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love
for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough.
That is my weightlifting workout done, and I went hard and I was sweating and I only burnt about 500 calories. So I've resorted to walking again, and it's going to be a walk run, but this time I've recruited some help. It's my first ever fan. Look, she's joined me. I'm not paying her either, so it's great. So how you doing?
Great.
You good? You gonna join in? You gonna burn 5,000 calories?
Yeah.
Are you just gonna watch me eat my food later?
Oh, so jealous.
She's gonna be very jealous.
And so we started to do laps and more laps of this 650 meter track, and along the way we had some very nice motivational quotes, but it just wasn't cutting it. So it was time for some parkour, parkour, parkour! And just like that, I had hit another milestone.
That is 2,000 calories down by 11:30. And my wife has left me. My only fan has left me. And I was quite surprised by how little calories I burnt during that weightlifting session. So the rest of this is going to be very cardio fueled. And that is also the reason why I wanted to go slowly to 2,000 calories, because now I can push it really hard for the next 3,000 calories. It's time to introduce the hell machines.
And so I switched from the banana shoes to the running shoes and made my way over to the hell machines. Cue the montage. Oh, I'm getting fed up with these. And after what felt like an eternity, it was time to leave the gym and head over to that field I mentioned earlier in the video, my new home.
It is 2:30 p.m. and I have just hit 3,000 calories burnt. I really thought there was going to be more by this time. I have underestimated this big time. So I've left the gym. I burnt about 2,000 calories in there. I was in there for about 5 hours. And I was doing HIIT, I was doing weightlifting, I was running around the 650 meter track, I was walking, like just doing all sorts, and it made a dent, obviously, a quite a big dent, but 2,000 calories. I'm going back to my roots. I'm going back to running. I'm going to run around this new track outside in the boiling hot heat, but I'm just going to go for it now. I'm just going to go for it. Hopefully I'll get 1,000 calories done here, and then I can head back to the hotel and get 1,000 calories done there as well. Or just do 2,000 here. I don't know. But all I know is I've still got 5,000 calories to eat as well. Save me.
By this point, I was both physically and mentally broken. I had to dig deep and find something to carry on.
I've just done 5 kilometers running, and now I'm just walking a little bit. It is so hot out there. I know this is going to take me a while now because I am so tired. I've had snacks throughout the day, but I don't think I've fueled myself enough for this. But I have got a secret snack in my bag that's going to help me through those last 1,000 calories. But let's not think about that yet because we're far from it.
Honestly, guys, I cannot tell you how tired I was at this point. This was by far the hardest section of the whole challenge, but by some miracle, I got through it.
So it's 5 p.m. now, and I have 1,000 calories left to burn. I'm tired. My legs are in bits, but I now know with 1,000 to go, I can get through this. I know it. So I'm going to just run as much and as fast as I can just to get through it. And I said I had a secret weapon in my bag. It's cocaine. No, I'm only joking. It's a Pop-Tart. Don't worry, Mum and Dad, I'm still clean. Yes, I'm going to eat this Pop-Tart. I'm going to drink some water, and then I'm just going to run as fast as I can. I'll see you when I'm finished with this challenge. And then the next one will start.
I can't tell you what was in that Pop-Tart, but all I know is it turned me into a beast. I started running as fast as I can, and at times I was sprinting, and then this happened.
5,000 calories burn. Oh, that was the hardest challenge I think I have ever done. And guess what? Now I have to go eat 5,000 calories in one sitting. I'm proud. I'm actually proud of myself for once. I underestimated it, completely underestimated it. I thought it'd take me about 4 or 5 hours. 13 and a half hours later, here I am on the steps of the White House. I don't know. This challenge is over. My lovely wife is going to drive me to get the food. Come on. Yeah!
And so I called my chauffeur and headed back to the hotel.
Back in the hotel room, and all I want to do is get in that shower, get in that bed, and go to sleep. But instead, I've got a shopping list, and we're about to go get some food. I really don't want food. I just want sleep. Roll on! Second part of the challenge. Here we go!
It may sound crazy after burning 5,000 calories and being on my feet for 13 and a half hours, but the last thing I wanted to do was eat. But a challenge is a challenge, so we hit the road and started making our way around the fast food joints America has to offer. We started at a local place called Runza and made our way to the famous Raising Cane's, home of the chicken finger. After that, it was on to Sonic, and then we went to somewhere that Selena said she knew very well.
Well, you've just missed it. Literally just missed it.
She said, I remember coming through here and then totally missed the drive-through.
It was all good though, we still got the burger and the frozen custard and then headed back to the hotel. After working out for around 13 and a half hours, this is what you get. And this is 5,000 calories. Let's dig into this then. I'm going to try a bit of everything and kind of review it. And then I'm just going to dig in and eat as much as I can, as quickly as I can. So yeah, this is 5,000 calories. And I'm going to see how quickly it takes me to eat it. So then I can compare it to how long it takes to burn 5,000 calories. So I'm going to use a stopwatch to see how quickly I can eat all this. As you can see, it is on 0. And I'm going to put it there so you can see it. Okay? So I'm going to try a bite of everything first, and then I will get to it. I'm also going to put this in the freezer while I eat the rest, and I'm going to warm up the cinnabon. So I haven't gone anywhere. You can see that I will eat it all, but that's what I'm going to do. So, fast forward. Let's do it. That is a very good burger. That is a very, very, very good burger. Normally fast food burgers are just standard, plain, horrible. But I reviewed this one, the Culvers one, and they said that it was the best burger by far for a fast food burger. And I think they're right. It's very salty. That's all I would say. It's very salty, but I need salt at the moment. I've just lost tons of sweat. So next, Cane's. So that is from Culver's. This is from Cane's. And I know what Cane's tastes like. Inject this sauce into my veins. That is good. Kringle fries, they've gone a bit cold now. We did have to go round everywhere. That's why I wanted to try the things before they go cold. So this is a Runza. This is local to Omaha. It's like a pastry with... do you know what? It's like a Cornish pasty. That's what it reminds me of, because it's got all the meat inside. If you can see that. Onion. I've heard bad things about it.
from people that live here. So let's see what it tastes like. It tastes like a Cornish pasty. It tastes like a Cornish pasty, but without the crispiness of the pastry. So it's very soft. I prefer a Cornish pasty, if I'm being honest. And I'm not being biased because I'm English. This is just too soft for me. If you can see, it's also very greasy. It's very greasy. So, but the meat has that peppery flavor that you get in a Cornish pasty. I'm trying not to make this into a food review. I'm trying to just get this down. That is a foot-long hot dog. This is from Sonic. I've never tried Sonic before. Not overwhelmed by that. It's a coney dog. So it's just, do you know what? It's one of those processed to the high heavens sausages and then some sort of chili on it. It's just mush. It is just mush. It's still going down though. I will try this. This is also from Culvers. This is called a hammer. It's frozen custard, basically, and it's a Reese's Pieces one. Reese's Pieces is my absolute fave. Oh, yeah, that's the one. That is so good. I haven't had Reese's Pieces for a long time. That tastes just like Reese's Pieces with vanilla ice cream, so you can't really go wrong. Cinnabon. Can't get these in England now. And this isn't warmed up. I am going to warm it up for when I want to actually eat it. I don't need to say anything. Give me 8 to 10 of those. And I'll just do that instead. I'll do a 10,000 calorie challenge just with cinnabons. Amazing. Right, let's get on with it. Bored of speaking, and I'm sure you're bored of hearing me. You want to see this go down. So here we are. I think it's going to go down easy. Fast forward to the end.
It's lucky I wasn't in a speed eating contest because at this point I was nearly 5 minutes in. However, I did want to enjoy at least a little bit of the food before I started stuffing my face, and some of this was new to me. I'd never tried this hot dog before, and I can safely say I will never try it again. It really was the worst hot dog I've ever had.
Yeah, just to check back in now. Everything's just gone a little bit cold. But I don't want to put it in the microwave because it would just make it soggy. So I'm just eating it cold, which makes it that little bit harder. But yeah, roll on. Coleslaw, probably the healthiest thing here.
Yeah, mate, somehow I don't think coleslaw from Raising Cane's is actually that healthy. But as I mentioned, everything was getting a bit cold at this point, and to be honest, I was quite gutted because I wanted some good fries, but these were just rock solid at this point. So just for reference, this is the combo box from Cane's. It includes 4 chicken fingers, crinkle fries, coleslaw, and Texas toast. I usually go for the Caniac box, which has 2 extra chicken fingers in it, but I hadn't burnt enough calories for that.
Should have got more of this. Should have got more of this sauce, definitely. But it wasn't within my calories. I'm sure it wouldn't have mattered, but it's probably, I don't know, 50 calories or something, maybe even more. I'll check it out later. But yeah, I'm already over the 5,000 calories anyway. The frozen custard has put me over. So I'm just going to have to do, I don't know, an extra run tomorrow or something.
Yeah, not getting extra sauce at this point was a rookie mistake. I needed it.
If you ever have Cane's, this is something I learned from my sister-in-law. You get it buttered, the Texas toast, buttered both sides. Shout out Abby. It's cold.
Unfortunately, getting it buttered both sides only works when it's hot. It didn't taste that great. However, the next thing I stuffed down my gullet still had a bit of warmth to it.
On second thoughts, it's not too bad because it goes down easy. So it's like a bun, essentially, but it's like a pastry bun. But yeah, it's okay. It's got that peppery taste, like I said.
Of course, it didn't beat a Cornish pasty from Cornwall, let's be real. But it did have the flavour of a Cornish pasty, just inside a very greasy bun. If you were wondering what I was washing this all down with, it was just unsweet tea in the Cane's cup and water in my bottle. Nothing exciting at all. And I really was regretting not getting a milkshake or something at this point because the salty food was really starting to take its toll and I really could have done with something sweet. And then I remembered. There's a massive cinnabon in front of me and frozen custard in the freezer. Oh, I do love me some cake. The dessert actually makes up for like 2,000-ish calories of this challenge. So that what I've just eaten, 3,000 calories. This is 880 calories. And that dessert, which is just a medium, by the way, the frozen custard with Reese's Pieces in it, that's 1,040 calories, I believe, around there. It's insane. It's insane. Why can't sweet stuff just be, you know, empty calories, as they say? Anyway, I'll put this in the microwave. Sorry, my wife has just told me they are empty calories. I don't know. What, calorieless. Calorieless. That's what I meant. I was hoping that no one would notice the mistake I just made, but my sharp-eared chauffeur certainly weren't letting me get away with that one. But you know who the smarter of the two are between me and my wife, and it definitely isn't me. I don't know too many people that would take on this challenge, but it would have been nice to have some cheering from the person in the room with me, but to be honest, I can understand why she was giving me the evils. My wife is on a cut right now, so I'm getting evils. I'm trying not to enjoy it. This is horrible. Ugh. Ugh. I'm hating every bite. I was not hating every bite, let me tell you that. I was loving this more than a kid in a candy shop because I have such a sweet tooth. It is unreal. When I start eating sweets, I cannot stop. It is like my kryptonite. In fact, I was going to make this a sweet challenge, but sweets and desserts have such high calories that it would have been just 5.5 crumble cookies on a plate. And that would have been fun, would it? However, now I think about it, that would have been fun. That would have been a lot of fun. What I will say is the next time I do a food challenge, I will stop speaking to the camera and actually eat the food. 33 minutes. And it probably would have been less than that if I hadn't gone through and reviewed every bite. So we'll go with 33 minutes, but it's probably more 30 minutes. That's how quickly you can eat 5,000 calories. Now, obviously, people won't eat them all at once. That's just silly. And to burn that off, it took me 13.5 hours today. I started at 5 a.m. I finished at 6:30 p.m.
This is after eating 5,000 calories in one sitting. And as you just saw there, I was 186 pounds, which is up by about 9 pounds on before I started eating. And look, definitely got a food baby in there.
And that was the 5,000 out, 5,000 in calorie challenge. And that is comfortable for someone to eat throughout the day. Obviously not all in one sitting. All I'm saying is just be careful when you go to these fast food restaurants. Pay attention to what you are actually consuming because those calories add up quickly. I'm not saying don't go. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself. I'm just saying watch what you consume in regards to calories. But anyway, that is challenge completed. And I will say that the burning 5,000 calories was 1,000 times harder than eating the 5,000 calories in one sitting. But what I will say is the eating part was much more enjoyable. So anyway, I'm going to leave the stats right about here. And that's going to be the calories I burnt and also the calories I consumed. But there's only one thing to say. What's next?